Good afternoon and welcome to a special edition of Patriot Tough Talk. I'm your host, Mike. Well, I spoke yesterday about hypocrisy. I spoke yesterday about the hypocritical political theater that we're suffering. Um, so here we sit today, and there is a Maxine Waters sighting. Today is Tuesday, April 20th. Um, so we have tried to impeach, the United States tried to impeach Donald Trump for saying, fight for your rights. Um, please proceed to uh, please proceed to Congress with peaceful protests. So we tried to impeach him over that. And yesterday, Maxine Waters came out with, we need, if it's not first degree murder, then we need to go out and we need to cause confrontation. Okay, so we need to fight and have confrontation. Now, definition of confrontation is to aggressively um, attack another person, be it verbally or physically. The uh, the the fact that the Democrats are defending Maxine Waters' statement. Now, this is not the first time she's come out with something. Previously, her thing was find Trump supporters, find them in restaurants, get in their face. If we're gonna go and attack people, and we're gonna stop this type of rhetoric, then we need to do it across the board, and we need to do it fairly. Which means we need to get off our asses, and Maxine Waters should be gone. No different than the woman in Michigan who was a representative there, and she said she called out all the Trump supporters during a drunken night and said that the soldiers were going to come and they should do what they do, get up in our grills and do. So they suspended her from the House in Michigan. I don't believe she's back at this time. Her name was Cynthia Johnson, and Maxine Waters did the exact same thing. First of all, she's saying if the court doesn't go with the highest charge. Well, the court system is designed around getting around all the crap and actually looking at the evidence. Now, by no means, am I standing behind that police officer in the sense of everything he did was right, because it's not true. There are things he could have done different. In those type of situations, hindsight's always 2020. The fact that Maxine Waters stood there, totally rational, under no pressure, and basically said, we need to have confrontation, is the exact situation of hypocrisy and hypocritical beliefs that I talked about yesterday. The other situation is that we're trying, these police officers, for basically procedural evaluation. What they did, was it accurate? Was it correct? Well, every arrest that a police officer doesn't always go 100% by the book. First reason is that the suspect doesn't want to be arrested. If they fight or resist in any way, shape, or form, that officer has to upgrade the use of force to the next level, just to be able to protect himself so he can go home at night. So we're trying all these officers on procedural, yet the person who works for the Senate police, the officer who shot the Trump supporting ex-Air Force Veterans Security Forces member, we can't even get his name because they won't release it. They won't release his name. There's no trial set that the public's aware of. Now, she was unarmed, and he shot her. Doesn't that warrant the same trial, the same type of trial as a person who arrested a criminal who was jacked up on fentanyl and may have not followed the procedures or may have not had enough compassion when the victim said he couldn't breathe? Well, let's see. The Congress police didn't give that woman a chance to be arrested because they shot her. Yet there is no trial. This is the hypocrisy I'm talking about. Now understand, this isn't a racial thing. This isn't about black, white. This isn't about yellow, purple, or green. The fact is, if you look at the facts, the fact that there was a incident, a police officer responded, he arrested the individual, he is on trial. Because there's question that there may have been a human rights violation or a procedural violation. The fact is, the person he arrested died while under his arrest. Got it. It should go to court. It should be reviewed. But on the other hand, we have a person, unarmed, entered through a window, shot by a congressional police officer. Don't know the officer's name. Everybody knows Derek Chauvin's name because it's been spread all over the news. Don't know his name, and there is no outward cry, and that's your fault. That's my fault. If you take the two situations, the gentleman who was arrested and was kneeled on had a far better chance than the woman who crawled through a window and got shot. That's the hypocrisy. The hypocrisy that Maxine Waters can call for confrontation and has called for in the past, get up in their face, make them leave from public restaurants. But yet, she's still in office, and the Dems are defending her. Marjorie Taylor Greene is calling for her expelment from Congress. They are making Marjorie Taylor Greene out to be the bad guy. Well, yet the whole entire Democratic Party called for the impeachment of a president over less verbiage to drive a insurrection than this woman has to drive a riot. I don't know. I'm just looking at it from a third person view. I'm trying to look at everything from a third person view. And the fact is, if we are not upset that this woman, prior military, was shot, no officer name, no trial, no nothing, then it's on us. And the whole thing is boiling down to whoever is in charge is trying to make everything about race. They don't want black and white and brown to see what they're doing. They don't want all of us to join together. Because together we're strong. Separate we're weak. Well, as far as I see it, this is just an example of what I talked about yesterday. The hypocrisy is running wild. And I'm not going to bore you with any more examples, but this one is the most recent. It's up to you to decide where you want to stand. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm standing in the middle, and I hope everybody joins me. Peace out, and have a great day.